A question here. The city has received $15 million from Altria, and the Landmark Theater will bear its name. How do you think the money could be used to benefit the people of Richmond? Could you just follow up that, Mr. Hart, please?
$15 million is a lot of money. Here's the thing. We're spending $15 million on the Landmark, yet and still, the people who would be taking advantage of the concerts and different events there can't even afford to get there. So they would never see what that $15 million does for us. I think that we could actually take that $15 million and go in, let's put it into a reading program. We have a great number of our young people who can't read or write. And that is a major issue. If you can't read or write, you don't have a chance in this world. So I think that that $15 million could be used better for a reading and writing program to make sure that when our kids are leaving our elementary schools, that they know how to read, write, add, subtract, and multiply. And then once we get them into our middle schools, that'll help improve our middle schools and then on to our high schools. $15 million, people, is a lot of money. If you look at our school system's budget, if we had to put $15 million into it, we would have saved a lot of what we're sitting here talking about tonight, jobs.
And speaking about jobs and this $15 million, Mr. Jewell, could you speak to that question about how do you think the money could be used to benefit the people of Richmond?
The landmarks in my district, it's not $15 million, it's $10 million that Altria is going to pay to have his name stuck on it. But it generates, and the city of Richmond's only asked to put up $14 million. But it's a $50 million project. There are tax credits, there are all sorts of financial mechanisms that allows us to aggregate $50 million to do that renovation. I just want to say that the Landmark is the only facility like it in the city that's actually profitable. And so it will pay for itself. We need these facilities. The Coliseum is not profitable. The convention center is not profitable. It looks like a morgue half the time. And so the city stadium is not profitable because they're mismanaged. And so we've got a real shot at bringing this jewel up to snuff and allowing it to live and to produce profit. But again, unless all of us have an opportunity to be a part of the construction of it, then you're helping some while you're leaving others behind. Black contractors have been going through hell trying to get contracts with the city, run by black leaders in position to do something about the problem, and the problem persists. There's some dog in that cat somewhere, and it needs to be fixed. But I don't see the level of urgency with my colleagues to ensure that it's getting fixed and getting fixed now. Problem is, we got a mayor who's not engaged, who makes promises he can't keep, an administration that finds it difficult to actually produce what he promises. So there's some disconnect here.
Ms. Robertson, if you could follow up that issue with respect to job creation and minority contractors and economic development for the city.
And the question is?
The question is, well, the city received $10 million from Altria. How can the money be best used for the people of Richmond? In particular, if you could speak to job creation and the awarding of contracts for that work to minority firms.
I think that what we have with the Landmark Theater is the ownership of the development of Theater is being handled in a way that has made a commitment to a percentage of minority participation as a part of their entire procurement process. I think our duty and responsibility is to make sure that the minority participation that they have agreed to as a part of the entire agreement and the receiving of the funds from the city as a part of their development strategy, they have made a commitment to minority contractors. So we have something that we can enforce from that perspective. As it relates to job creation, we do have a workforce office in the city of Richmond, in the Economic Development Office, that works through a pipeline process of recruiting and bringing people into the job market. They provide extensive training, they identify jobs, they identify businesses in the city that needs jobs. They have auxiliary workforce stations in the East End and in the North Side, and in the process of having one in the South Side, where you can come into the city and work through this pipeline process for job opportunities. We are also a partner of a regional workforce strategy, which I'm not very pleased with how that is working from a regional perspective. However, there are a significant amount of funds that are available, and there are contracts that we have entered into from the regional funds that are available specifically for young people through the Richmond public school system that identify these opportunities to provide jobs for young people that are in their junior, senior year in Richmond public schools. So there are opportunities for employment. We probably need to do a better job of getting the word out.